Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. And we are live. Oh, I love these live streams because it helps filter out the audience of guys who are looking for elsewhere. All right, let me share my screen 1 second. And hopefully you guys are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. And bear with me while I share my screen. Awesome. Okay. Going to take a look at the Bitcoin price. Currently, it's at 116. It fell slightly with ETH leading the pack. Ethereum within the past few hours, I believe it reached as high as $4,002, which is pretty impressive. Now, I do want to talk about why I think the crypto market has been rallying for the past 2 days. The first one was the bill that President Trump signed, giving 401k account holders access to crypto, or in this case, with the ETFs like Bitcoin and Ethereum coming up, that gives the 401k holders access to those products, which would be pretty cool. So that was a pro for the market. I believe that's bullish news. The biggest Fidelity, actually, the biggest 401k company out there, at least in the United States, from what I understand, is Fidelity. So Fidelity business should do pretty well. Now, let me go into this bill and see what Trump signed and read more about it. 40 401k. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to bring this article screen over and drop down a bit here. Okay, and the other reason why the crypto market is up is due to it was just a massive short squeeze. MSTR reached as high as 409. Michael Saylor says that he will not be tapping the ATM if it's below 2.5. We'll see if that happens. He does have a habit of changing his mind, which doesn't make me feel that I could trust what he says. You gotta don't look at try not to pay attention to what they say, but what they do most of the times. But I'm still optimistic, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so just gonna read this article for a bit. President Trump signed an executive order on Thursday allowing alternative assets such as private equity, cryptocurrencies, and real estate into workplace retirement plans. The entrance of private equity investment funds that invest in non-publicly traded businesses into workplace plans is a big win for the world's largest money managers who stand to profit from expansion of access to an asset class that has been historically been available only to the wealthy investors. So we have BlackRock CEO chiming into this conversation. He says, in particular, it's been an advocate for opening the doors to private equity, arguing in his most recent annual shareholder letter that the democratizing private markets could provide market-beating long-term returns for American workers. Awesome. So let's take a look at the dangers of non-traditional 401k investments. Just this first paragraph, because I want to analyze what's going on here. It's always good to see both sides of the equation. It says investing experts generally advise parking your care long-term portfolio in a diversified mix of assets that have delivered proven consistent returns over the long term, decades at least. Given the stock market's historical upward trajectory, a broad stock market index mutual fund would fit the bill to an appropriate 401k investment option. Okay, so that's one of the investors who gave your idea on. They are expensive. So I think these are for non-401k accounts. Different accounts, guys, have an annual fee. Some is 1%, some are low, so some are 2%. It all depends on the vehicle that you're parking your stuff into. They're illiquid, so you want to pull money out of your 401k account. Yeah, 401k, to pull money out your 401k account, you might be penalized. You might have to pay a state and federal tax, double tax in that case. It depends on the situation. Maybe you could take out a loan and kind of bypass that whole situation. But again, it's not financial advice. Please speak to a financial advisor. All right, so I'm just scrolling through this article, but there's a nice little video there about how this young lady, year-round vineyard on $85,000. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to mention, guys. 2 reasons why the market is high. We had the market prior to this rally was extremely short. And there's also a short interest around Bitcoin level of $125,000. So if we somehow break past that level, guys, we'd have to play catch up where Bitcoin could do as high as $150. Actually, not, that's too much. Maybe 130 to 140 would be a next level. Okay, I'm always here to view you guys' questions, but this to me is like exercise for me to get back into the whole group of things. But if I see that anything interesting comes up my alley, I'm going to just open up a live stream, just talk about it. And sorry, guys, I can't make pretty videos because I don't have time for that. But one last thing, if you're in the United States and if you need a life insurance policy or any type of insurance policies as well, feel free to DM me and I will get you a quote. All right, have a great day. Bye.